Hi there, Hawke Robinson with RPG Research. This is not really related to the research project. This is related to the movie series, the online movie series, Gamers 3, Hands of Fate. Some of you may recall last November I was at Zoecon, Zombie Orpheus Enterprises Entertainment convention, while they were filming some extra scenes there and actually play a small part as Pirate Number 2. Well, they released the full theatrical 2-hour version about a month or so ago, and now they're releasing the episodal extended versions. And also coming up this November will be Zoecon II, and I do plan to be there. And I don't know that they've set an actual date yet. The last update, they hadn't quite nailed that down, but sometime in November back in Seattle. A very, very brief review. If you haven't seen the Gamers 3 Hands of Fate movie yet, it is different than the previous two Gamers movies and Journey Quest. So there's Gamers, then there's Gamers 2 Darkness Rising, and now there's Gamers 3, if you will, Hands of Fate. And there's also Journey Quest 1 and 2, and these are related projects. So just for full disclosure, I donated a fair amount, and so you have that disclosure as far as my feedback here, and have donated to some of their other projects. And certainly the production quality is yet another step up, as Gamers 2 was above Gamers 1, which was there when they were film students, and then Gamers 2 was a little bit better. It was a lot better production quality. Gamers 3 is even that much better, and they've used a lot of green screen and special effects and artwork, and has a lot going for it from production quality. As a production company, they're really gelling together with their skill set and really talented people and volunteers and everything, and the funds that they're having available from Kickstarter and some of the other things they have down the road with their subscription model. Oh, before I go further, subscribe to the Zombie Orpheus support program. You basically $10 a month, and instead of a big hit at Kickstarter, it helps give them a set, dependable, reliable amount of income they can count on to help fund their other projects. So check that out at Zombie Orpheus, and donate your $10 a month. It would help a lot. So back to the Hands of Fate. This is the third movie is much more about the collectible card game and genre, even though there is some of the role-playing, and it starts out with the role-playing from it's an homage to both Gamers 1 and 2. That is only a very small portion of the film, the actual tabletop role-playing part. The majority of it is about the collectible card game industry in a specific game, and I don't want to get into details of that because you can watch the movie and it does very well explain the mechanics of the game system and the narrative to it and the overarching story, and an interesting variant in the collectible card game world in that the players actually get to shape the future of the game at their tourneys at Gen Con and such. And the movie goes from a little bit of a drama between the pursuit of one of the main characters and the girl he's interested in, and the battle with some of the antagonists, and then sort of an infomercial-like approach of explaining how the collectible card game system works, and then every now and then it has sort of a documentary feel, especially when they're at the Gen Con, at the convention, and I feel like I'm missing some references here, some sort of movie buff, film buff reference. Some of the styles, I swear, are homages to some specific movies, but unfortunately I'm missing it. I'm not that level of movie buff. And my girlfriend, also Katie, she goes to tons of film festivals up until recently, and she has the same feeling like, boy, we know it seems like they're referencing something in the style they're using and some of the mannerisms, but we're not quite catching it. So it must be something for the really hardcore film buffs there. So there's that going on that I'm clearly missing. And then there's just the emphasis on the collectible card game world. My kids went through a lot of it with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And of course Magic Gathering, things like that. It's never really my thing. I dabbled in it a little bit, and I really love tabletop role-playing. And I find, and I love the cooperative nature of tabletop, rather than competitive, and the storyline and the complexity of tabletop role-playing, and I don't find the collectible card game world engaging. So that's just me. So know that right off the bat, that's not really my thing. And so because of that, I wasn't really able to connect with the film in the same way. Now, there's potential here with the extended edition. So due to the length of footage they had available, they kept the film to about 2 hours, and they chopped out, my understanding is over 45 minutes of a whole arc between boyfriend-girlfriend relationship going on there. There's stuff developing, and they had to cut that out for the length of the film, but is going to be put back in the extended edition. And I saw a taste of that in the first episode. They have 3 episodes out so far. And already I felt more engaged with that extended edition. And then also in the 3rd episode, there was a little bit more about that relationship. And even though they weren't really including more tabletop role-playing gaming, the relationship was more interesting than what was just going on with the collectible card game thing. So I found these 3 episodes so far more engaging. And so hopefully that will continue as they put the footage back in. And we'll see how that unfolds. So if you're into the collectible card game thing, then this movie is really geared for those who are fans of the collectible card game. You're going to probably get into it far more, I would guess. I just know that it doesn't connect for me the way the previous 2 movies did. Hopefully some of the future projects will. Matt's working on a book related to the online gaming world, and then they have their other projects that are more tabletop related, and more coming down the road. I don't want to get into spoilers and such. So overall review would be the quality of the film. It's well done. It's a decent production. They're really coming along. The actors did a fine job. The filmography has some hiccups here and there, but overall it's very well done. Surprising level of special effects integrated throughout for such a small production. And it's well produced. And if you're in the collectible card game world and maybe really hardcore film buff, I'm guessing you'll actually very much enjoy it. If you're coming to this from the tabletop role-playing game world and the love of Gamers 1 and Gamers 2 and or Journey Quest, to be honest, it kind of left me flat. But the extended edition is looking promising, and I'll post more as that unfolds. And I think November they're planning to screen the full extended edition, and I'll let you know how that turns out. So I can't really say thumbs up or thumbs down. For the 2-hour version, I just say it's worth seeing, but you may not connect for you unless you're a collectible card game player. But the extended edition is looking pretty promising, and definitely check out those episodes as they come out. And of course, you can see it on their YouTube channel. So I hope you found this useful, and please do support the Zombie Orpheus people. They have a lot of projects in the queue, a lot of great ideas. Matt's working, they're all working so hard to deliver this, and they really do listen to the fans. And your viewing and giving them feedback is really helpful. Hope you find this review helpful. Take care. Bye.